Good evening and welcome into another night of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network. We are once again at the rinks in Hauppauge, New York. Second of our 6-game slate about to get underway. First of our 3 here on the North Rink. We start things off with a freshman division matchup between the Middle Country Cougars and the Southampton Whalers, both sitting at identical records of 6-4. With Paul Trentini on the camera, I'm Brady Campbell. Southampton coming in fresh off a 6-3 win over ESM about a week and a half ago. A 10-3 victory for Middle Country over Northport Huntington Blue just a little under a week ago, as both teams are buzzing right now. The Cougars have won 3 straight games. Southampton has won 5 in a row. They're going streaking as well. And of course, we're a little more than halfway through the season. This freshman division doesn't really conclude until the middle of March, but a big game nonetheless here in the standings. Who will keep their winning streak going? We'll find out next. National anthem, starting goalies, and puck drop on the way here on LI Sports Network. National anthem complete, and we're set for hockey right here on LISN. First, a look at our starting goalies. Defending the goal to our left in the home white for Southampton will be number 31, Leontios Terriazos. He's appeared in 6, started 4 of them, 7.83 goals against. He's sitting at a .500 record at 3-3. He's going to need to come up big tonight to get his record above .500 and keep his team rolling. Meanwhile, defending the goal to our right in the road blue for the Cougars, number 31, Jack LaSala. He's appeared and started 4 games, 6.03 goals against. He's 1-3-0-0. Trying to get closer to .500 on his record, but more importantly, trying to help his team get the victory. Southampton going left to right, Middle Country right to left on your screen. Johnson against Minardi to take the face-off. Minardi wins it back, and we're underway here on the LI Sports Network. It's hammered around by Harrington. Once again, both these teams sitting at 6-4 records currently. Middle Country does have the tiebreaker for the time being. They sit in 6th, and Southampton in 7th. As now Middle Country goes to work offensively. This is Harrington who plays it out. It's taken away by the Cougars. It's touched from the wrong side of the blue line by Owen Hill. Offside just 31 seconds in. Big night of hockey tonight here on the North Rink. A crucial battle here at the freshman level, and then should be 2 fun ones at the varsity level here as well coming up after this. A clean win that time over to the right wing. Evan Goldstein had the puck knocked off his stick by Madison De Chiaro. He's had a wonderful start, or first half, I should say. We're already halfway through the season. Wonderful start to her season. Had a big night the other night. Jonathan Moringer also picked up a hat trick. Here's Dylan De Chiaro centering into the crease. Terriazos will cover. First best look, if you will, of the hockey game so far there. A great centering pass by Dylan De Chiaro. But it's definitely going to be a goalie duel here in this one. He'll take the face off. Southampton getting set defensively here for the draw. And it goes over to the half wall, swept towards the net, paddled aside by Terriazos, and now it's Southampton and Stefano McCourt helping it out to center ice. Cougars regain possession. Out of the reach of De Chiaro, now McCourt. Swings a pass on to Kessler, bringing it in. Michael Kessler takes it wide. Kessler towards the net. Say he made the rebound angle back on goal, and holding his post is Jack LaSala. So Southampton comes back with a chance of their own here in the early going. It's angled back towards Mason LaSala. His pass, though, intercepted. Shot on from distance, in and out of the glove of LaSala, and he plays it away. Another try from the outside, stopped. Middle Country looking to clear. They cannot. It's held in by William Mastretta. 2 goals in their last game against the Esports South Men, the Sharks, who are sitting 3 points ahead of both of these teams, but Southampton took it to them for a good part of that hockey game back on the 10th. McCourt, a shot through traffic, glove save, and it's held on to by LaSala. Both teams make changes here for the face-off to the right of number 31 in the Navy. Cam Minardi out there. He tried to win it looked like he won the face-off, but he played it right off that linesman's skate, dropping the puck, and it came back out. Here's Goldstein. This is Moringer. Keep an eye on him coming off a stellar game, one of his best of the season. Goldstein played it ahead just out of the reach of O'Sullivan, who is quietly at himself a good year as well. As both these programs here at the freshman level bouncing back in the big way this season. Southampton started the year 0-3, and since then they've won 6 of their last 7 games. Sorry about that, parents. Shot from the line by D'Angelo, missed the net. Here's O'Sullivan. Goldstein. Back to the point. D'Angelo. Goldstein, shot knocked down by Moringer. And it's played out towards Liam McCarthy. Takes a shove there. Now it's played towards the Swan, and it just hopped the stick of Faith Rivera. And D'Angelo regroups for the Whalers. Snaps a pass, turned over, and a chance. Johnson pulled it and missed. Middle Country got a big-time win last time out without their leading point getter, Derek Johnson. A much deeper team this season. And as we just saw there, he's in tonight and certainly a player that Southampton's going to want to keep an eye on. As this one gets cleared out, and flying up the ice is Jesse Verdicana, trying to take the puck away, could not. He wasn't here last time out either for the Cougars. Some extra reinforcements. Here's Johnson to the circle. Takes it out to the high slot. He's watched by O'Sullivan. Takes it behind the net. Backhands a pass out towards the half wall. Verdicana turns, dancing through O'Sullivan. Turns back. Goes up to De Chiaro. Verdicana. De Chiaro got knocked down. Johnson, high slot. Fakes a shot. Takes it and scores. Welcome back, Derek Johnson. 1-0 Middle Country. How about this passing in the offensive zone from Middle Country? De Chiaro takes the hit to make the play. Verdicana, perfect pass out to Johnson. Patience. And rips that one high past Terry Yazos. And the Cougars draw first blood. They won the face-off, but could have iced it. Nope, McCourt ruled to be close enough to it. And he goes around the boards. Intercepting and a collision there. D'Angelo knocking down Giametti. Centering past De Chiaro. Dylan De Chiaro had his pass knocked away. Now it's Osala. Johnson from Verdicana. As of right now, it appears they did not give an assist to Madison De Chiaro. We'll see if that gets changed. Here's Conlon. Jack Conlon from just shy of the red line gets the benefit of the doubt here, and McCourt back on it. 5 minutes gone here in the first. 1-0 lead Middle Country. Mason LaSala towards the net, had Conlon cutting, but it got slowed up and blocked away by McCourt. Good stick at the line. De Chiaro had some teammates in deep. Conlon would have been all alone, but he lost his footing and the pass slides on goal where it's covered. Tough break there for Conlon and the Cougars. Of course, both these teams tied with 12 points. They sit 3 points behind the aforementioned the SM Sharks and Longwood White for 4th and 5th place respectively. It is a complete logjam in this freshman division. We still have a little ways to go here in the regular season. But you, of course, got these two teams tied in points. Then Longwood and ESM tied in points. And then 3 teams tied for first with 18 points. Midtown Hauppauge, St. Anthony's, and East Islip as a shot glove save. LaSala on Harrington. To specify, Smithtown Hauppauge red, East Islip red, and St. Anthony's. All with 18 points at the top of the freshman standings. Cam Minardi, clean face-off win. Angle back towards the point. Harrington couldn't hold it in. And here's a chance for Zachary Maresca. Couldn't slip through D'Angelo. Goes around towards Minardi, but pinching up to make the play, De Chiaro. They tie up. And De Chiaro comes away within the corner. Centering pass knocked away. Bounces out towards the line. Held in by Lucas Reyes. He goes behind the net. Harrington up for D'Angelo. Misplayed it. Taken away by Konstantinos Kroktis. Goldstein. Under pressure. Draws 2 defenders. Slips on through, and it's a breakaway for O'Sullivan. And backhand, he scores. How did that pass get through? Martin O'Sullivan ties the game at 1. I'll wait for the official score. I couldn't see the number down there as to who passed that. Splitting defenders. Minardi trailing as well, but this is all O'Sullivan. And what a big-time play there for the Whalers to get the game tied up. It was Evan Goldstein. He gets the assist on the goal. What a pass. So we're tied at 1. Johnson, little shimmy shake that time to get around Merritt, Pistry, and Emtich. Brings it in, cuts back. Johnson walks down to the circle. One more move, back to the forehand, slides it back door, and it's tapped home. The hands of Johnson on display as he sets up one of his teammates. 2-1 Cougars. How about that? And a perfect feed there. Right onto the tape of Mason LaSala, who crept down to poke that one in. And here he comes again. Back to work goes Middle Country. Just under 8 minutes left. So excellently showed the first goal replay as well after that last one. My apologies. Back in, a shot blocked. Right back to the slot, they score! Whalers come right back again, and this time it's Michael Kessler, and we're level at 2. D'Angelo leads the rush. Shot block, takes a perfect bounce for Kessler and the Whalers. LaSala does everything he can. He gets a piece of it. Not quite enough. Tied up again. And now O'Sullivan, followed up by Minardi. Good poke check there. Turned around by Verdicana, a little bit past the halfway point of period number 1. Verdicana whiffed on the shot. Comes free towards the slot. And now it's Minardi. Trying to slip through. Drops it off towards Goldstein, intercepted by Verdicana, full head of steam, 1-on-2. All by himself, trying to get through D'Angelo. Inside out move, great stick at the last moment by Aiden D'Angelo, and then his pass got blocked. And he's able to sweep it away at the last moment towards Harrington. Mistretta picks up the assist on that last goal for Kessler, and here's Minardi, toe drag, Minardi on the forehand, he scores! How about that from Cam Minardi, and the Whalers take their first lead of the evening. Undresses Caliendo. Hello, goodbye. A teammate going to the goalie, takes a shot. It kind of handcuffs LaSala. And the Whalers, for the first time tonight, take the lead. And this one playing out as advertised between these two teams. 5 goals on the board already. Plenty of them for the highlight reel as well. As the Cougars trying to tie things up. Conlon's pass taken away by D'Angelo. His teammate Harrington fell down. De Chiaro steps up to get in front of that pass, and now Conlon puts it in deep. D'Angelo takes a bump in the corner. Centering pass. Minardi got in the way. Another try, hits off a skate and goes behind. Harrington flips it ahead. 2-on-1. It's O'Sullivan. Minardi going to the goal. And a shot towards the net just misses right through the top of the crease. Harrington steps up to hold it in. Minardi working on De Chiaro. O'Sullivan in to help. Reyes trying to tie him up. Minardi comes away with it. Cam Minardi lost the handle. Got it to the half wall. Comes out Harrington. Has to play it back in neutral ice. Cam Minardi picks up goal number 16. That leads the Whalers. Sitting at 22 points coming into the game. And what a start. Of course, we mentioned Derek Johnson on the other side. Picked up his 13th goal. He led the team with 17 points coming into this one. And now he has the puck. Full head of steam. Takes it through the circle. Johnson scores! What a shot make that goal number 14 on the year, and we're tied again. Just one of the nicest shots in the freshman division. Not much room upstairs. Looks like he put it over that right shoulder, short side, and into the back of the net. 5 minutes left here in period one, and we're tied. Southampton plays it back into the attacking zone. Giveaway behind the net. Stuff attempts. Never made it towards the goal. Now Cougars trying to clear. Croctus pokes it ahead. Johnson reaching for it. Couldn't get it. Croctus will fire it down the ice, where McCourt is waiting for it. McCourt just fires one down. It's out of the reach of his teammate there, Kevin Kretz. Caliendo rides the ledge there as it popped off the stick of Marley Magnata. She got knocked down to the ice, and here's Johnson for the Cougars. Derek Johnson back in already, sitting on 2 goals, nearly knifed his way through the defense. Puck comes back to him. He goes up to Sebastian Caliendo. Just out of the reach that time of Elena Figueroa. Cougars reset. Pass knocked down by McCarthy. He couldn't reach it. McCourt brings it back in for the Whalers, but immediately lost it to Dylan DeChiaro. Now it's Goldstein. Goldstein threw it towards O'Sullivan. DeChiaro on the interception. Minardi into help. Cam Minardi. Watched by Johnson. Goes to Goldstein. Back down to Minardi. Out to McCourt. McCourt shot. Misses. O'Sullivan may have gotten a stick on it. Here's Johnson. Ahead to DeChiaro. DeChiaro couldn't get through McCourt. He would have been gone had he did it. Here's Minardi back in. Cam Minardi down to the circle. Lets one go. Save LaSala. It's up in the air. And it lands at the side of the net. He thought he had it. And it was cleared away. Now an outside shot. He makes the save there. Big collision behind the net and a penalty upcoming. And LaSala takes exception to, looks like O'Sullivan, who's going to go. And it also looks like that's Mason LaSala there down on the ice, so it even adds more extra fuel to the fire there for Jack. But Mason back to his feet will skate to the bench. Like he's saying something to O'Sullivan there as O'Sullivan goes to the box. And we await the call. Southampton bench wants an explanation. We'll see. This could be more than just 2 minutes. So the faceoff, as expected, will be in the Southampton zone. We know that much. Now the Middle Country coaching staff wants an explanation. And it will just be the 2 minutes. 2 minutes roughing on O'Sullivan. Either way, it's a power play here for Middle Country. Although O'Sullivan will not be the one to serve it. He'll likely be done for 10 minutes here. And it is a 10-minute misconduct, and Kretz will be serving the 2-minute minor. Minardi to Goldstein, shorthanded. Banks it ahead, and now Reyes with some time. Snaps a pass across, and now DeChiaro returns a drop pass onto the tape of McCarthy. Backhands it in, heads after it. D'Angelo got there first, wraps it past Rivera and back out. DeChiaro back on it. One of the back checkers fell down. Looks to be Goldstein as Madison Decchiaro back in. Curls, lost the handle. Look out, could be a shorthanded chance. But Reyes kept it away at the last moment, and now it's just hammered down the ice by McCourt. He'll go for a change halfway through the penalty. 100 seconds left in the period. Steal by Minardi. He's by himself, though. Not much he could do there. Decchiaro. Pass. A little bit of miscommunication between her and Moringer. This is going to go all the way down the ice and be an icing. .46 seconds left on the power play. Not much generated here so far. For Middle Country, they'll make a change to their power play unit. So goes down to the corner. Players jockey for it there, and Johnson comes away with it. Under pressure from Minardi. Towards Verdicana, intercepted by Kessler, and he just fires one wide. Takes a big bounce off the boards, and here comes Moringer. Verdicana, the trailer. Drop pass. Jesse Verdicana opens up. Shot blocked by Harrington. Big block there. Verdicana on it again, trying to dangle through, and it's poked out to center by Minardi. Final minute of the first. Final seconds here of the player advantage as well. Moringer towards Verdicana, just out of his reach. Takes it down to the corner. Southampton gets the kill, but the giveaway to Johnson. Johnson snaps a pass cross ice. Out of the reach of Decchiaro, but she got in the way of the clearing attempt. Final half minute of the period. Southampton gets the clear. Flipped ahead. Played by a high stick of Minardi, but next touch by Verdicana. Down to the circle, lets one fly, misses the cage. Wraps all the way around. Down to the half wall, clear towards the slot. Look out, Caliendo steps in, it's blocked. Do the Whalers have time for one last shot? And they will run out of time, and that'll do it for period number one. As advertised, 3-3 through 15 minutes of play. We'll take a brief timeout here and be back for the second momentarily on the LI Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Back for second period action here on the LI Sports Network. I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Paul Trentini on the camera. 15 minutes down, 30 to go. As we get set for the middle frame. Martin O'Sullivan still in the box with the 10-minute misconduct. It's 3-3 after the first. Teams trading goals. As the referee barking instructions there to both benches, it appeared. Couldn't quite hear what he said. But the puck is down on period number two. Middle Country had leads of 1-0 and 2-1, and then a 3-2 lead for Southampton before it was tied back up. Derek Johnson has 2 goals for the Cougars as this is icing. 2 goals and 1 assist, I should say. On the other end, 2 assist game already for Evan Goldstein. Michael Kessler has a goal. Cam Minardi, as expected, gets his name on the score sheet with a goal. 18 seconds in. And the face-off to the right of Lasala. D'Angelo, one of the captains of this Whaler squad, spins a pass down to the half wall. Kessler couldn't find it. And here's Owen Hill. Got checked there by Goldstein, and the puck comes back to D'Angelo. Here's Minardi. He can fly, takes it down the wing, trying to get some separation. Minardi around the goal, wrapped it right through the crease. Goldstein towards the net, save made by Lasala. Minardi in tight, gets free, forehand, he scores! Make it 2 for Cam Minardi. Whalers go back in front. Takes the pass away and then stick handling in a phone booth. It doesn't matter. Down to a knee. He stuffs it. Past Lasala. Just 58 seconds into the period. We have our Frames' first goal, and the Whalers with their second lead of the evening. Moringer trying to answer right back down the slot. Blocked. McCourt got in the way. Reyes fanned on the shot. Comes towards the line. Croak just couldn't knock it deeper, and here come the Whalers. Drop pass, shot, blocker save. Big rebound out to the other side. Mistretta loads one up. And getting that one with the shoulder was Jack Lasala. Madison De Chiaro flying down the wing. Nice toe drag. Maintains her balance. De Chiaro trying to knife her way through, and it ends up on goal where it's covered by Terry Azos. The mitts are on display tonight from both sides. Feels more like an all-star game than a mid-season contest. Minardi and Johnson will do the honors. A little bit of a delay as one of the refs talking to the Southampton bench again. Their team wins the defensive zone face-off, but McCourt's pass knocked down. Rivera towards the goal, redirected up into the glass. Banked ahead towards Kessler now. Reyes just able to fend off Minardi. De Chiaro. Minardi blew a tire. De Chiaro knocked down by Mistretta. William Mistretta by himself down the wing. Couldn't get it through Lucas Reyes. And Johnson will take it to safety behind his own net. Bank it ahead towards De Chiaro. Took a funny bounce though, and Minardi took it. Fed it through the Goldstein. Chopped away from him. Comes to the boards. Kessler on it. Kessler spins it towards the front. Only Johnson home. Plays it ahead. Give and go there. And here's Johnson with De Chiaro. Johnson to the circle. Fought off. He just snapped that one, using the defender as a screen. De Chiaro, tough angle try, didn't miss the top corner by much. She scored a goal like that last game against Northport Huntington. Here's McCarthy, knocked away. Rivera on the follow-up, had it taken by Minardi. Here's Goldstein. McCourt and Minardi going towards the goal. Pass blocked off by Caliendo. Centered in front. Goldstein! Don't believe it got through. Blocked down by Reyes. Mistretta with some room. Walks it down to the circle. Penalty upcoming as that shot changed direction and was stopped with the right shoulder of Lasala. Interference penalty upcoming. It's going to go against the Cougars. Sebastian Caliendo to the box. Oh, Country needs one more player. It's only a 5-on-4. Going down towards Minardi. Grayson Giametti will join the play defensively. Minardi stumbles, maintains his footing. Back down towards Goldstein. Goldstein steps through. Goldstein trying to create an angle, and he missed. And it comes around towards D'Angelo. Fanned on the pass, but still worked out for Minardi. Fighting through DeChiaro. Trying to dangle down to the slot to no avail. Gets back on the corner. Back up top, D'Angelo. D-to-D shot on off a stick and high. On the one-timer from Hunter Harrington. D'Angelo on the cutback. Opens up. Throws it across. Playing it was Harrington, but it got too far out of his reach, and it's backhanded down the ice. And a crucial clear by Jesse Verdicana. Halfway through. The Caliendo minor. Harrington snaps it on towards Minardi at the blue line. There's in his skates. He finds it. Minardi nearly took himself offside. Plays it down the boards. Centering pass. Chopped through. Minardi on the backhand down to McCourt. McCourt flips one. No goal. It clanked off the crossbar. It looked like it bounced on the top of the net, and somehow Jack LaSala kept it out. Here's another look right off the bar into the crease on the goal line. Close call there. Remains 4-3 though. 40 seconds left on the penalty. I don't know how in the world that one didn't cross the line. LaSala. Up to Johnson, shorthanded. Look out, Johnson. Down low, takes it wide, couldn't quite settle it. Still flying after, working on Minardi. D'Angelo gave it away. Moringer couldn't reach it. Johnson kicks it back to the half wall. Tries to cut, lost the handle. And the last rush here on the power play is going to be an odd man one. Harrington to McCourt. McCourt to the circle, holds on to it. Well, there goes the rush, goes down to Harrington. Saucers it back out to Minardi. Power play over. McCourt. Dangerous pass. Look out. Oh, couldn't have been a break going the other way. As Caliendo left the box, went to the bench, and Neenan almost had a golden opportunity. This is Goldstein. Saucer pass knocked down legally by DeChiaro, and now it's Neenan right through the slot. Goldstein takes it. Pass just out of the reach of Magnotta. And LaSala gets past Magnotta. LaSala. Shot blocked. Bounces behind the net. Jonathan Moringer double teamed, and Kretz comes away with it. Magnotta pokes it ahead. Mistretta couldn't get through. Neenan. And now it's recovered here by Southampton. And Harrington back in. Throws one through traffic, sticked away to the far corner. LaSala swings it to an open area of the ice. Neenan got knocked down. It's Johnson working by himself. High slot. Johnson rips it high. Too much space there for number 21. And now it's Middle Country back in their own end. LaSala under some pressure here. Now needs some help from DeChiaro to get it out. Great job there by Harrington. LaSala will try it back behind his own goal. And feathered on out. Harrington. Conlon trying to take it back. Brings it in. Jack Conlon. DeChiaro going towards the goal. Starting pass knocked away. And then that clearing attempt right through Hill. Magnotta separated from the puck as we reach the halfway point of regulation time. It's a 4-3 lead for the Southampton Whalers. Conlon back in. Conlon Got through Mistretta, picks it back up in the corner. Hill going towards the goal, wrap try, Conlon, and Terriazos kept it out. Caliendo back on it. Leaves it for Decchiaro, now on to Conlon. Nice little deke there by Conlon, but he lost it. Going down to his knees, D'Angelo. Plays it behind towards Mistretta, given away. Hill out in front, Conlon trying to turn it on goal, and his stick was checked as he went to shoot. Goldstein under pressure. Decchiaro swings it towards the front off a stick and back out. Look out here, take away Minardi. Down the wing, Minardi lost the handle, stumbles down, and ends up with Kessler. Tough angle try. Save LaSala, and he pounces on it. Back and forth action, 6.5 left in period 2. We want to remind you, coming up next, varsity hockey. We'll talk about two teams with basically identical records. Northport Huntington against Kings Park Comac. Should be a good one. To close out the night, Patchogue Medford against West Islip. Here's Derek Johnson. Takes his time behind the net here, looking for a play to develop. Goes back behind, restarts. Jack LaSala running interference. Now it's Decchiaro. Takes it behind the net again. Outlet pass towards Johnson, intercepted by Minardi. Minardi swings it behind the goal. Up top McCourt, down to Minardi at the circle. Banks it behind towards Kessler. Kessler. Reverse hit there on Johnson, knocked him down. Now it's Minardi. Thought about picking the puck up on his stick, and LaSala saw that. He was reaching for that corner. Instead, it's D'Angelo up top. D to D pass back out to center. McCourt's got to get rid of it quickly. 5:15 left here in the second. Goldstein had it wrestled away by Johnson. Derek Johnson flying down the far wing around McCourt. Has some teammates going to the net. Quick cut back. Swings it around. Vacant right point here. And it's going to come out for Evan Goldstein. Stumbled into the boards, and Croctus was able to work it back ahead, but D'Angelo on the intercept. Aiden D'Angelo. Minardi under pressure from Decchiaro. He's going to turn the corner here and start back in. Lost the handle. Decchiaro plays it ahead. Moringer with the defense in the change. Moringer to the circle, backhands with a goal. The rebound was loose and they score. Kind of a broken play towards the goal, cleaned up by McCarthy, and we're tied again. Defense completing the change there. Moringer, though, great play by D'Angelo to force him to the outside. So just put it on net. Terriazos couldn't quite handle that shot. And then McCarthy nearly on top of Terriazos. Not quite interfering with him, though. Was able to stuff that backhander in. And we're tied again. Moringer looking to get the lead back now. Centers it. McCarthy may have been going wide, but it was blocked by Harrington. And McCarthy with a big hit. He's brought the physicality tonight. LaSala can step in here. Shoot tie. Had some sticks reaching for it. Probably wouldn't have counted if it was touched. Moringer the takeaway by himself. 1-on-4. McCarthy into play a bit deeper. But now it's played up by Mistretta. And the Whalers look to restart. Good stick again by Moringer. A 4-goal performance against Northport Huntington back on the 17th. Tie up behind the net. Kretz and LaSala doing battle. And finally, LaSala able to get by him, but into help was Minardi for Southampton. Minardi dangled through, lost his footing, and couldn't do anything with the puck. 3 minutes left in the period, and the back ref did call a penalty there. Jack LaSala without his stick. And I believe this might be a tripping call when Minardi tried to deke his way through. No, it's a roughing call. I believe he said number 31. That would, of course, be Jack LaSala. So the Whalers go to their second power play. It's roughing against Jack LaSala. How about that? Penalty will be served by Faith Rivera. 2:59 left in the period. 2-minute power play here for Southampton. Goldstein takes it out high, spins it down to Harrington. Harrington towards the goal, easy save and cover for LaSala. Comes back to Harrington. Lets a wrister go. Stopped by LaSala. It's still loose there and jammed on goal where LaSala makes another save. O'Sullivan. Those sticks were tied up, came in and got the shot off. Late change here for both teams. Middle Country sends out a new defensive pairing. Johnson wins the faceoff, clean back. Hammered around the boards and out. And look out. Banked ahead. Verdicana. Short-handed breakaway. Verdicana couldn't get it to go. Went with the quick forehand backhand. And he couldn't get it by Terriazos. O'Sullivan turns towards the slot. Cuts to the backhand. Pass intercepted. Verdicana everywhere here. Short-handed. Starts up the ice again. Drops it off Johnson. Dangles through halfway through the penalty. Under 2 minutes left here in the second period. Verdicana working on Harrington now. And Harrington fends him off. And Minardi works it around to Goldstein. Harrington lets a wrister go. Stick save. Rebound available. Chiara to the rescue. She got upended by Harrington. And Minardi took the puck. Minardi wrapped it to the front and fanned on the shot. Verdicana off a sticking out. And here's Johnson. Short-handed. On the cutback. Settles the puck. Takes it high. High slot. Down to Dylan DeChiaro. Opens up. Save made off the glove of Madison, and it wouldn't go. Oh, my. Incredible save at the goal line. Here's the first look at that breakaway. With the left pad, Terriazos, and then getting it done again. The DeChiaros nearly combined for the goal here. Would have been legal. Madison got it with the glove, tried to play it down with the stick, ran out of room. Best looks on that power play came for Middle Country. 2 grade A's, grade A pluses, short-handed. This is O'Sullivan in the final minute of the period. Takes it wide, takes the shot off the outside of the net. Back to LaSala right into his own goal. D'Angelo, another pass back out to McCourt. Well, his team touches up here. The pass pinballs on to Minardi. Minardi shoots, glove save, LaSala. Snatched it right out of midair. Flashing the leather with 28.8 left on the clock. Tie up. Goldstein. DeChiaro got a stick on it. And pokes it ahead. McCarthy runs into Goldstein. McCarthy inside out, lost the puck to D'Angelo. Last rush up ice here for the Whalers in the final 10. D'Angelo on the backhand. Curls, opens up McCourt. Had to come get it. Still throws it to the goal. Blocked down by LaSala. We get a whistle with 1.3 left in the period. And it looks like another penalty upcoming. And it's roughing against McCarthy. So a very brief power play here left in the second, but Southampton will almost have the full time to go into the third period. See if they can get a shot away. Not sure if they have enough time to win it back. And it's just chopped on goal. Save made! And oh my goodness. A rebound chance at the horn wouldn't go. And we head to the third period tied at 4. How about this? This may have counted. It would have been close. The backhand try from Goldstein. Doesn't matter though. As another big save. Both goalies playing extremely well. And how about this? 15 minutes to go. 4-4 tie. We'll be right back with the third. Don't go anywhere. We have a phenomenal finish upcoming here on LISN. .30 minutes down, just 15 to go here on LISN. 4-4 tie between Middle Country and Southampton. Southampton a minute 59 of power play time to start the third. The puck is down. We are underway in the final frame in what has been a thriller through 2 periods. Minardi almost got a shot away right off the faceoff. With Paul Trentini running the camera tonight here on the North Rink, I'm Brady Campbell. McCourt. D'Angelo's going to walk into the circle, miss the net. Plenty of traffic in front there. Goldstein around the cage. Holds on to it. Throws one towards the goal. Played away by LaSala. Here's D'Angelo again. D to D McCarthy, or McCourt, excuse me. Steps in, he scores! Oh, the best sound in sports right off the post and in. PPG for Southampton. They lead it 5-4. How about this shot from Stefano McCourt? Oh, was that redirected? We might have to take another look at that. And it must have been. The goal is to Evan Goldstein. From McCourt and O'Sullivan, and next whistle, we got to look at the, wow. From the side of the net, perfectly placed that one as the Cougars come right back in. Verdicana from the circle, shot pops up in the air. No one knew where it was. Harrington finds it in the corner. DeChiaro wrestled it away. Center, Verdicana on the backhand, hit the post. And the rebound jam back on goal was blocked. This could be icing. Does it have the juice to get there? It does not. Harrington took the pass away and then fell down to the ice. Where the Connor couldn't flag the pass down. DeChiaro on the follow-up, that's offside. First we'll take another look at that chance here for Middle Country as they came right back with an opportunity. Off the post here and then off the skate of DeChiaro and back towards the crease where it hit Harrington. LaSala will fire it in from the red line. Harrington up the boards. Thinking about pinching there, but thinking better of it was Giametti. Played ahead to Kessler. Kessler to the backhand, shot blocked. Kessler trying to stuff it with LaSala down. And it wouldn't go. Let's take another look at this goal. I didn't even see this with the naked eye. Right off the stick. A perfect redirection there from Goldstein. I honestly thought McCourt just hammered that one short side. Perfect play there for the Whalers. LaSala back in. Cuts. Has a teammate open. Right pad save by Terry Yazos. He took one away from Conlon. Here's Mistretta back in. Opens up, turns to the circle. Whoa, LaSala way out of his net there. Flipped wide by Mistretta. Moringer regroups. Plays it towards LaSala out of his reach, and here's Minardi on the cutback. Good stick, LaSala. Followed up with a big slapper there. Minardi rebound goes wide and shaken up after blocking that initial shot is Mason LaSala. Skates off to the bench in a hurry without a glove. It's been a rough night for number 24 in blue. Drew a penalty after taking a hard hit into the boards, and now those never feel good. It looks like it may have gotten them in the wrist area. Well, hopefully we'll see him back out there soon. 12-17 left. Face-off won by Middle Country. And now it's Figueroa. Couldn't get it through Minardi. Goldstein goes to McCourt. Flipped ahead towards Minardi. Minardi couldn't dance through Figueroa. O'Sullivan and Goldstein on the follow-up. Goldstein around the net, lost it. Goes back to Minardi. Minardi, O'Sullivan, open, followed up by LaSala. Looked like he got the stick on it. Penalty upcoming. As Minardi had the puck. And this one is going to go against Middle Country. They blew it dead when Southampton had possession. Southampton will go to the power play, though, as we get another look at that opportunity from O'Sullivan. Goldstein in front makes himself an option, and oh my goodness. Looks like it went right under the arm, but he got a piece. Caliendo for roughing. It's the second penalty of the game against number 94, and a huge kill necessary here for Middle Country. Last time they were on the kill, they had a few glorious opportunities themselves that somehow didn't go. And now Goldstein to McCarthy. Or McCord, excuse me. Shot save, made rebound available. And diving on it was LaSala. DeChiaro with a little bit of time here in the corner. Cuts back. Flips it towards the point. D'Angelo hustles over. Look out. Dylan DeChiaro got a stick on it. Couldn't get it through D'Angelo. Back in. Goldstein. Wraps it down towards O'Sullivan. McCarthy went down as O'Sullivan wrapped one in front. It was stopped by LaSalle, and it comes back out towards McCourt. Here's DeChiaro back on it. Dangerous pass. Comes back out, though. McCarthy will chop it down the ice. Halfway through the penalty against Caliendo. 10.5 left here in period 3. Southampton holding on to a 1-goal lead. Neither team has led by more than 1 tonight. DeChiaro trying to force the takeaway. Does. Backhand try on goal. Was stopped on the chance from McCarthy by Terriazos, and Minardi back in to the circle. Couldn't get through. DeChiaro put a shoulder into him. Madison DeChiaro now with the puck, trying to pull away as McCarthy ahead. Springs McCarthy. McCarthy trying to return it. Great diving play by Minardi. In the process of all of that, we have a penalty against the Whalers. Cam Minardi may have saved a goal. It looks like Martin O'Sullivan, for the second time tonight, is going to go to the box himself. He can't believe it. 4-on-4 for 21 seconds. And then the power play for Middle Country when that expires. A golden opportunity here to get this game tied with 9:58 left. O'Sullivan still not in the box yet, talking it over with the ref. And finally, he'll head off. Interference to the call. A little bit of a stoppage here. So Solon did serve a 10-minute misconduct as well, and of course, I don't know the exact rule with that, but I know if you take 4 penalties in a game, your night's over. He hasn't technically taken 4 penalties. Still standing at the edge of the box, though. Now he's out of the box. And he may be headed across the ice here. And he is. Martin O'Sullivan, it appears his night is done. And I guess they do consider those misconduct penalty minutes. So he's done for the night. Bistry and Emtage will serve. And a huge loss for Southampton. Still have to do without number 95 for the rest of the evening. It's controlled by Harrington. Saucers one ahead to Kretz. Kretz, great back check there by Verdicana. He'll just play it ahead. Kessler doubles back, leaves it for Harrington. Dangerous pass, works its way out. Now the box comes Caliendo. He heads off for a quick change. Johnson on as it's played in, and LaSalle will steer it away. Power play here for Middle Country, trailing by 1, and 90 seconds left in it. Johnson, full head of steam. Derek Johnson to the circle. Opens up. That one wouldn't go. We saw him score from a similar spot back in the first. Verdicana kept the play alive. Offside here, and it's just fired down the ice. Even when you think he's got nothing, he still almost found the back of the net. Verdicana charging in, trying to dangle through, lost it at the last moment. Checked off his stick. Giametti, Johnson, Verdicana on the backhand. Steers it in from Moringer, couldn't get it past Ariazos. Clear to the line, not out. And now Minardi gets in front of it and sweeps it ahead. Johnson will play it away from him. Takeaway by Minardi, and he goes back with it. Dangerous pass there Moringer almost got the steal, and then it's shot by Harrington past Figueroa. Just 20 left on the penalty. Jonathan Moringer drops it to Verdicana. Johnson, the trailer, Verdicana to the circle. Shoots! That one with a go! Bar out from Jesse Verdicana. 8 minutes to go. Power play is over. Golden opportunities for Middle Country to get the game tied on that man advantage. Could not. Verdicana cuts back. Do they get some momentum out of it, though? Reyes, high shot missed. Up Johnson. Johnson fakes. Curls to the circle. Derek Johnson on the backhand. No! Terry Yazos having himself a whale of a third period. No pun intended. Keeps his team in front 5-4. And we look back at that last opportunity towards the end of the power play for Verdicana. Off the bar. That close to getting the game even. Just past the halfway point of period 3. The lone goal in the period coming from an Evan Goldstein redirection. On an early power play goal. Shot here. Misses wide off the shot from De Chiaro. A chance in the slot blocked by D'Angelo. Centering pass just on the reach of Dylan De Chiaro to the line. And bringing it back out will be Conlon. De Chiaro, quick cutback. Trying to dangle her way through. Could not. Forced back out to center. Reyes will reset. Reyes, pass off the stick of De Chiaro, but McCourt tries to feed it right back out. Intercepted by De Chiaro. Has a teammate going to the goal, redirected on net, and it was stopped again. Another golden opportunity, this time McCarthy couldn't get it through on the redirection driving to the goal. Tricky one to handle, Terry Yazos. What a third period. His team gave him the lead. And he is doing all he can to make it stand up. Here's Johnson. Harrington the only one back. Hill going towards the goal. Pass. Hill trying to settle it. Got locked up with Kretz. Took the stick right out of the hands of Kretz. And now Verdicana on it. Dances. Drops it. Caliendo. Wrist shot. Punched away. Verdicana again. Up to Caliendo. Has Johnson open. Tries to take the shot. Looking for Hill on the redirection. Couldn't get it through. Off the end boards right out to Johnson. Johnson. Fakes the pass. Takes it low. Drops it off. Caliendo calling for it from Verdicana. Dances at the line. Trying to get by Kretz and does. Takes it down to the slot. Opens up. He missed high. LaSala, Johnson, down low. Verdicana will have to play it off the end boards as he couldn't handle it. Up to Caliendo, tried to return it to him, intercepted. Another great shift for Middle Country. They come up empty, and here's Harrington back in. Shot steered away by LaSala, thrown back towards the front, and Mason LaSala gets in front of the pass. Harrington toe picks, and now Johnson. Take it around his net, full head of steam for Johnson. Gets past Goldstein. Minardi trying to catch him. Johnson on the cutback. Have Verdicana cutting towards the circle. Couldn't get it through as Minardi pasted him to the boards. Verdicana came away with it. Trying to tackle through. Oh, poked away at the last moment. That would have been something. And then Verdicana did take a penalty here. It was the delayed offside. At least I believe he did. They're still offside. And indeed he did. As the puck came back to the blue line, he upended one of the Whalers while the puck was not near them. And after all of those chances for the Middle Country Cougars, it's a roughing penalty, and they have to kill off another 2-minute minor with 4:48 left. It looks like we got a timeout call. This is one of the best games of the season, bar none. You got a 1-goal game in the final 5 minutes. The trailing team has had all the chances in the world, and the goalie for Southampton, Leontios Terriasso, standing on his head. You look down at the other end, Jack LaSalle has played phenomenal as well. We got 9 goals up on the board. It feels like it could be a lot more. You also think back to those shorthanded chances. The breakaway from Verdicana late in the second. De Chiaro robbed on the goal line. Southampton had that funny bounce off the crossbar that landed on the goal line that didn't go in. My oh my, are we set up for a finish? Southampton, next game on the 28th, 6:20 p.m. against East Islip Red. Middle Country, their next game on the 24th, 9:30 p.m. against Eastport South Manor. So they'll be looking up at those two teams heading into those games. But both teams trying to cut that deficit just a little bit. Power play, Southampton. Behind the net, Kessler trying to dangle his way through. He could not, and it's cleared out. Johnson here shorthanded. It's going to be the first one on it. Johnson has Moringer going towards the goal. Johnson curls, just backhands it deeper, kills some more of the penalty clock. Of course, caught between the rock and the hard place of killing time, but first things first, got to kill the penalty. Moringer trying to wrestle that puck away, and does. Cuts to the backhand in the slot, finally separated from the puck. Thrown towards the goal by Figueroa and blocked by McCourt. Springs it out towards Minardi, turning with it. Minardi trying to cut through the slot, stumbles down, still got a shot attempt away, but it was blocked. And it's cleared out now by the Cougars, halfway through the penalty. McCourt, Moringer, a check. Trying to take the puck away, but McCourt tied him up. Johnson with the pressure. A steal. Moringer. Oh, it lands on top of the net behind. Johnson wrap try. Wouldn't go. Oh, man alive. What is it going to take? Off the blocker. Terriasso's off the top of the net. Lands behind. Johnson the wrap try. More glorious shorthanded chances. Southampton has had trouble on their outlet passes on the power play. Getting bailed out by their goalie, Minardi. Takes it wide, gets through Reyes. Cam Minardi throws it across. Kessler fanned on the shot and sliding out of the net to make the save was LaSala, and the Cougars get the clear. Final 20 seconds of the penalty. Mistretta gave it away. De Chiaro dangles, shoots, save made. Gets back on it, centered it, wide open net. Just out of the reach of Madison De Chiaro. She was a lefty. That would have been a goal. Huge kill. Verdicana jumped on the ice a little early there. Well, we play on, and he's got the puck. 2:40 left. Can Middle Country get the equalizer? De Chiaro shoots. Oh, that wouldn't go. Did it catch the post? It hit something. Under pressure from Minardi. She shoots free. Towards the net again. Cross corner. It missed. And a penalty here against Southampton with 2:21 left. And the Cougars will get a power play opportunity. As McCarthy got taken down by Harrington, and he will sit. Interference the call. And for almost the rest of regulation, it will be a power play for Southampton, or excuse me, for Middle Country, and we get a timeout. What a finish we have on our hands. Leontios Terriasos playing the game of his life in this third period. And he's going to have to continue that for another 2:21. He and his team looking for a big-time kill here, and definitely one of the Game of the Year candidates so far. Now out of the timeout. Minardi, Goldstein, D'Angelo. Can't quite see who else. That might be Mistretta. Short-handed. It'll be Verdicana, Madison, De Chiaro, LaSala, Johnson, and Moringer on the power play. And it comes out to LaSala. Under pressure immediately from Goldstein. Minardi trying to find it. It's poked down to the corner. Up the boards and out past LaSala. De Chiaro heads back on it. 2 minutes left here in regulation. Verdicana will take it behind the net. Minardi watching him. Drop past Johnson. And Derek Johnson full head of steam. Johnson flying into the bench. Goes LaSala. Empty net. De Chiaro. Pad save. She's got it again. Couldn't stuff it short side. 100 seconds left. 6-on-4 now. De Chiaro checked by D'Angelo, finds it. Banks it out to the point. Johnson, oh, it hopped his stick and comes back out. He'll regroup. Verdicana. Don't see that too often. Now Verdicana back in. Cuts to the slot. Couldn't handle it. To the line. Johnson holds this one in. His shot knocked down off the stick of Terriasos. Verdicana centers it towards the front. Backhanded on, kicked away, and cleared. This will miss the empty net. But of course, with the power play, no icing. Final 60 seconds. Verdicana got a stick on it at the line, but it's Mistretta who clears it back down towards the empty net. Bingo! Short-handed empty net goal. William Mistretta may have just iced it for the Whalers. All of the chances in the world, but it's Mistretta from just inside his own blue line. I wouldn't count the Cougars out just yet with all these chances, but well, Salah back in his crease here for the faceoff. De Chiaro couldn't play the head. Johnson, go time here, just 40 seconds now, down 2. De Chiaro ends it for De Chiaro. Dillon to Madison. Madison spins with it at the line. Pass intercepted by Kretz. He works it back out. Final half minute here. Johnson trying to knife his way through. Johnson, shot blocked. Power play over. Massive kill, the only goal on it, the shorthanded empty netter. Johnson will go across. De Chiaro trying to get a shot away, lost the handle, and that'll do it. Fire down the ice. LaSala will be forced to make one last save. But a 6-4 victory tonight for Southampton in an absolute thriller. And Leontios Terriasos with one of the all-time goaltending performances here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League as the Whalers survive the game winner coming early in period number 3. The power play tally from Evan Goldstein just 40 seconds in on the redirection stands up with the empty netter from William Mistretta. And the Whalers improve to 7-4-0. They take points 13 and 14 and drop Middle Country to 6-5-0. Southampton will jump them in the standings, move to just 1 point behind ESM and Longwood. who are currently sitting at 15 points. And ending the 3-game win streak of Middle Country, Southampton has now won 6 in a row and 7 of their last 8. And look out, because the Whaler train keeps rolling. Minardi, 2 goals. Goldstein, the game winner, and 2 assists. On the other end, Derek Johnson had 2 goals and 1 assist as well in a phenomenal hockey game that saw exceptional goaltending on both ends as well. But in the end, it is a 6-4 victory for Southampton. Thank you so much for tuning in. For everyone here at LISN, for Paul Trentini on the camera, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. 2 varsity games on the way. Coming up next will be Northport Huntington against Kings Park Omak. You've been tuned in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network. Final score, Southampton Whalers 6 and Middle Country Cougars 4. We'll see you in a little bit. Have a great night.